coming in again.
Thanks for having me.
Um, I just want to let you know that everything between us is going to stay between us. Everything's confidential.
Okay.
Okay. Last time I met with you, we spoke about your job and how it was making you really stressed out, and I just wanted an update about how that was going.
Well, it got a little worse, so I went out and I found another job. I put my 2 weeks in, so my last day was actually this past Tuesday.
Okay, so it's recent that you left.
Yeah, they actually didn't even listen to me. They scheduled for me for 3 weeks past my 2 weeks, so I'm not going in next week. But yeah, brand new.
Okay, and then you found another job?
Yeah, I'm going to be working at Sports Authority now. I actually started last week, so I worked Thursday and last night, and I really liked it. So,
Okay, and is it more or same amount of hours or less than Target?
it's actually the amount that I wanted instead of Target kind of playing games with the hours. So, like this week, I'm scheduled for 20 hours, which I'm really happy with. Yeah, so it worked out really well for me.
Okay, and what kind of work are you doing there?
I'm in apparel and I'm backup cashiering, so if they need help on register or I'm putting clothes away, folding things, making sure they're on the right racks, stuff like that.
Do you feel comfortable doing that? Because I know at Target you worked in the grocery section.
Yeah, it's not as hard as I thought it would be. It's a lot of just common sense stuff. I'd say the hardest part is just making sure everything has sensors on them. But other than that, I'm pretty comfortable with it so far.
Okay, so since it's less work, then you feel like you're going to be less stressed.
Yeah, definitely. It's not as busy, so you have more time to get done what you need to get done. I'm not rushing throughout the whole shift. Not that I'm not rushing, but I'm not worried throughout the whole shift. I feel like I have enough time to get everything done.
You feel like it's less busy than Target is?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I haven't been there on a Sunday yet. I'm actually working tomorrow, so I'll see that for the first time. But on a Friday night at the end, I was actually only there till 8 last night, but the amount of traffic through the store was so much less. It was a really nice, refreshing day.
And it's a smaller store than Target is, so that's
definitely.
Okay. How did your managers take it when you told them you were leaving?
Well, the manager that was there when I put in my 2 weeks notice, I'm actually friendly with, and he was cool. He understood. I don't think he wants to be at Target, but he just graduated college like me, so it was what he got out of school. But he couldn't find the paperwork for me to put my 2 weeks in, so he just emailed them, and then I had to talk to my actual boss the next time I went in, and that was a little nerve-wracking. But she kind of laughed, and she said, like, I understand. I think she said, I hate to see you leave, but I get it. And she said I could always come back, so that was nice to hear, but I don't think she wants to see me back because she, I don't know. She knew it was driving me crazy.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. So because they were kind of understanding of your position while you were leaving, it made you feel better about leaving.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I didn't feel awkward going into work for the last 2 weeks. It was nice. Most of the managers I spoke to were kind of laughing. They're like, I get it. That's pretty much what they said. And I was like, sorry. And they're like, no, don't worry about it. And they were just kind of curious. They were like, you get more money. Like, they were kind of looking for why. And I explained to them, I was like, it's too difficult dealing with human resources here. They're not helping. So,
do you think, deep down they were upset about you leaving?
I know my manager was. One of the assistant managers actually worked with him Tuesday. I told him I was considering not going for Sunday and Tuesday, and he started laughing, and he said, "Don't not come in." And I was like, "I'm not coming in because that's the night he's closing." And I was like, "I don't think I'm gonna." He goes, "Well, we had a 1 out of 4 shot of having someone decent close and market. Now it's a different story." So that made me feel good. Like I know. There were certain people that recognized what I did, but
do you think deep down you feel bad about leaving?
A little bit for my manager and for some of the people I work with, because it did become a little family-like.
Yeah.
But on the whole, no.
I'm glad
I'm gone. Yeah. That's at the end. I was talking to one of my managers, and he's like, "Don't get comfortable. Like, you need to leave." I got comfortable, and he's been there for I think 15 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I definitely don't want that at all. So I think I did the right thing.
Yeah. How do you feel about the new job? Are you a little nervous?
I'm definitely nervous. I've made a couple mistakes so far, but nobody freaked out on me yet. I'm sure it will catch up to me eventually. But I think I'm learning. I was being trained the one night, and not last night. They kind of left me on my own a little bit more. So I felt like last night I picked up
Okay.
a decent amount more.
So to paraphrase, you feel like the more you work, the less stressful it'll be for you, and the more comfortable you'll get with it.
Yeah. I learn by doing things, and as horrible as it sounds, if I make a mistake once, I'm not going to make the same mistake 2 times. Like, I recognize where I'm going with it. So, yeah, I definitely think the more I'm there, the more I'll be comfortable and be better at what I'm doing.
So you must be pretty excited.
Yeah, I am. It's exciting not knowing what's going to happen next. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah. What was I going to say? So last time we were also talking about your problems at school. How's that going?
Well, my semester ended. The way the semester works, it's a 8-week semester and a 7-week semester. So the 8-week semester ended, and the teacher that I was having problems with, I'm sad to say,
it just recently ended.
Yeah, it ended this week.
Okay.
And the 8-week one just started. She ended up back in the hospital.
You have her again?
Yeah, I was supposed to have her again. We have
I remember you telling me that last time.
Yeah, we have all the teachers again. So she ended up back in the hospital, and she had surgery last Saturday. So they made the decision that she wasn't going to teach the class again, and that somebody else was. So I'm not happy under the circumstances, but I'm actually happy that it's somebody else. We actually had her on Thursday.
Okay, so you won't have her for this
No, I'll never have her again.
Okay.
The new person is very qualified, and she seems, I know the class was more lively. I didn't feel kind of pressured in there, so that was good.
Well, I hope now that your other teacher is gone, you'll feel more comfortable in that class.
Yeah, I think I will. Like the other day, because she didn't know any of us, she was very open to the whole thing. So, I don't know. It just seemed like a friendlier environment. It also seemed more engaging. The other teacher was a lot older, and she hadn't actually been in the field, I think, in like 40 years. She taught for 20, and then she went over to the college side. And this teacher is recently retired from teaching. So some of the things she's showing us seem a little bit more applicable. And like we can use it in the classroom. Okay,
so since the other teacher was older and not really in the field you're working towards, and the new teacher is and younger, you feel more comfortable with her because you can relate to her better.
Definitely.
And you find her more helpful, I'm assuming.
Yeah, definitely. She had us doing some different, because it's a class for like reading. So she had us doing some different things that she wants us to try with the students, and she was doing them with us. It was just more. Whereas the other teacher would just kind of stand there and lecture from a podium, this one was just kind of like, here, do this, we'll go over it, and it was much more interactive, which, I mean, they're 5.5-hour classes, so, yeah, because now with this new semester, it's from 9 a.m. to 2:45.
How many days?
4. And then Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays, we go into the school for our observations.
Okay.
So,
how's that going? The observations?
It's going well. The teacher that I'm with, I had when I was in high school.
Okay.
So
it's at your high school?
Yeah, it's 5 minutes from my house, which is great. He's a great teacher. He's a little disorganized. He keeps apologizing because he feels like he's really disorganized because he's coaching a fall sport now. He's head coach of the fall sport, whereas he used to be assistant coach. So he kind of feels like all over the place, but it's really interesting. I like it a lot, being in the classroom.
So are you learning a lot just from observing?
Yeah, it's actually cool observing him because he's awful with time management. He's very disorganized, which are things I have issues with. So it's kind of a first-hand, like, this is why you can't do this because this will happen. So that's cool.
So because you share similar traits with him, you're like learning because of him, like.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he really wants to share. Like, he's kind of open. He's like, whenever you want to teach a lesson, like, just let me know. So it's nice having that, and like I feel very, very comfortable with him, and it
Would
makes
you
it
feel
easier.
comfortable teaching a lesson, or are you going to wait until you student teach?
Well, I have to teach 8 lessons before I student
Oh,
teach.
okay.
Yeah, and it's a little bit hard because I'm on a block schedule. So there's only A and B day.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to teach the same 2 days that I teach. It would be the same lesson, so it would only count as one.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to have to teach 16 times.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's nerve wracking.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a little bit later on. I'm going through this new thing that I'm not blacking out, but I don't remember what I'm doing when
Really?
I'm teaching a lesson. I had to do it in front of my own class. And one of the kids commented, he's like, relax, like the kids will eat your fear up. And I don't even know what happened because I was talking to my teacher and she asked if I was a timid person. And I was like, no, not at all.
That must be really scary for you.
Yeah, and I said that to her. I was like, this has never happened to me. I went through 4 years of college. I was able to public speak. I don't know. And her comment was, well, you got to get over it. Like, you're going to be in the classroom starting January. You have your own class. You just got to get over it.
Do you think it's from the nerves or
I don't know. I
something
think
else?
I'm psyching myself out. I think I'm, like, just super stressed with school. And, well, I was super stressed with school and work. So it was coming out in that way. So, hopefully.
Would you think working with the teacher that you're observing would help you from blacking out in front of
Yeah,
class?
definitely. It's funny because I'm not blacking out in front of those kids. Like, I can interact with them. I can teach them. I'm helping them in class. I'm not having the problem there. It's in front of my own class. So, if it stays in front of my own class, I'm fine with that. But I can't have that happen in front of kids.
Yeah. When do you start your lesson? Did you start teaching yet? Or
No, right now I'm still just observing him. My 60 hours are due this week. Yeah, my 60 hours are due this week. Then I start 90 hours that are due in January, and then I student teach. So when I start those 90 hours, that's officially when I have to start teaching.
the lesson?
Yeah,
Okay.
which I'm nervous about because it's US 1 history, and I don't know a lot about US 1. My specialty is kind of world history.
Yeah.
And like modern U.S. history. U.S. 1 is definitely my weakest, so I have to. Christmas, I guess I'm going to be asking for a lot of.
So in a
books.
way, while you're teaching them, you're teaching yourself as well.
Yeah, which I was kind of worried. I didn't realize he was teaching U.S. 1. Usually he teaches U.S. 2. So that was interesting. And he also teaches American legal systems, which it's basically a Constitution class. So I'm going to get real familiar with the Constitution real quick.
Well, I think it'll be a good experience for you to like kind of broaden your horizons when it comes to history, so you will know more about it. And if you want, you could take a different teaching job.
Yeah, I think it'll look great on my resume because my thesis was in ethnic cleansing during the 20th century. So, across the world, I focused on Yugoslavia, India, Turkey, Greece. So, I think that area will look great for world history, and then if I can put on my resume that I taught US 1 and American legal systems and criminal justice system, I think that'll look great when I go for a job interview.
Yeah, because you could pretty much get anything at that point.
Yeah, I think it shows like a good mix of things.
Yeah.
And it's exciting because one of the teachers at the school at Raritan, where I'm at right now, is actually retiring in June, and there's another one retiring the following year. So
Okay, and you're graduating before that.
In May, yeah. So I feel like I'm going to be on a year-long job interview, which, because I'm student teaching with the same teacher as
throughout
well.
the whole.
Yeah, so I feel like it's one long job interview, so I'm really trying to do well with this.
Well, that must be a little exciting and nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm new, and it's hard for me because I'm only 22, and the kids are, I mean, for my American legal systems class, these kids are 18.
Yeah.
There's not a huge age gap, and I've already had some of them kind of ask, well, how old are you? And I just kind of, shake it off, how old do you think I am? Oh, wow, but I never actually tell them.
Yeah. You can relate to that.
So, I try to brush it off. One thing I was upset about, my teacher introduced me by my first name and introduced that I graduated from Raritan, which I didn't really want them to know.
Yeah, that's a little too personal right away.
Not even just that it's personal, but I'm young and they know I live in the same town. I'm kind of worried about them being like, well, let me find out where she lives. Let me try to find her on Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's against the ethics.
Yeah, it's not ethical. and my neighbor who's a senior lives directly across the street from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was worried about it, but so far the kids have been great. They really haven't asked too many questions. I mean, they have kind of asked where I live, and I was just like, don't worry about it, and was able to like direct them to another conversation. But
okay, Kate. Well, throughout this session, we talked about your new job, how you felt about leaving your old job, and what's going on in your new semester at school. And I think that for your new job, there's not really much you can work on besides getting to know the people you're with and how to do everything. But I think because you're blacking out at school, I think you should talk to your teacher that you're observing and see if he could help you with that and let you kind of integrate your own thing into his lessons and see what happens with that, to see if that helps your blackouts.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. I never thought of that before.
Okay. Well, I hope to meet with you again and see what's going on after this.
Thanks for helping me.
No problem.